Welcome back to another episode of the House of Aquarius podcast. It is your favorite Aquarius here. Make a wish. Back to bring you another one. Today, we are going to expose you guys to something new. This is one of the bombshells, the bangers that I was thinking about, talking about for quite some time, that I'm finally going to unleash upon the world. Hope you guys enjoy this. But let me apologize now here first, because this is still a work in progress. I don't like to fully script things out and all that jazz. I like to work things out as I go through it. So this is going to be not the pilot, because this shit we're going through this no matter what. But we're going to improve upon this as things go forward. So Aquarius, you guys are on the top board for this one. This here begins, what is the best air sign for the Aquarius? Okay, so in this segment here, we're going to be talking about who does what best air sign wise to make a long-lasting, happy relationship for satisfying the Aquarius needs. As I was going through thinking about this over the past few months, I was thinking about separating the two and do male and female, but I'll try and articulate things as we go along. And then at the end of the course, and the segment, I'll just try to separate the two, because they're very similar to some degree. Some degree they aren't though. So, first thing first, start off with this bad boy. We're going to be talking about, like I said, who's best for an Aquarius? Air sign wise. Talking Aquarius, talking Libra, talking Gemini. These are three in the chopping block, okay? So we're going to go through and we're talking about these key traits here, the things that sun sign only here matter very much to an Aquarius. So, first going into this, all air signs. The good thing about each sign going with each sign is that they already have similar qualities and traits that are very appealing to the sign on the chopping block, because they have similar qualities. In this situation here, to talk about air signs are very known for having intelligence, communicative skills. What's the third one? I don't know, but the fourth one is being emotionally detached. Intelligence, communication, and I can't think of what it is. It'll come back to me some point in time. Or if you guys remember, put it down in the comments below for me, because it'll come to me some point in time while I'm ranting. Alright, so those 3.5 quote traits are universal among the air signs. So that's something we don't really have to worry about to some degree. But it does matter. First things first, going into this, let's say, so going down the important key issues that need to be addressed when dealing with Aquarius. Aquarians need a bunch of mental stimulus, because for the most part, more often than not, Aquarians need to be stimulated mentally before they happen to grow any kind of interest really in another person, unless it's just a quick physical infatuation that leads to sex. Different story type. But for the most part, most Aquarian situations do not arise because they need to be stimulated mentally by somebody else first. With that being said, all three of these guys, that's what I said, the common shared traits. Every air sign stimulates each other mentally because they have great communicative skills. So that's one thing that's going to be an attraction. So let's say if they're out in a bar, at Walmart, at the car wash, whatever, conversation starts up, things can happen, things can start flowing. So that's one thing that can happen. It can really easily lead into something short term or something long term. The key trait: Aquarians need to feel like they are understood, being heard, and being seen by their spouse or their lover. Very critical. So for the most part, since Aquarius is the sign of the zodiac who's known for being eccentric and aloof and so far out there with the weird crazy shit, that we have a bad moniker for not actually being, not taken seriously, but not viewed in the normal context, because Aquarius is a non-conforming sign. So whatever is happening, everybody else doing this, we're that wallflower doing that. So coming into that situation there, that's going down the ranks. So we have, let's say, first of Aquarius, the Aquarian would appreciate and see that difference and will be attracted towards it, attracted towards the other Aquarius. So that's a drawing point, and they would, because of that right there, that's something that will be interesting in the long term take for trying to understand the other person in the relationship. For Libra will be able to properly listen to and take in all the information of what the Aquarius is trying to say or trying to bring across to them. So in that regards, well, because Libra is this one sign that is known for being the diplomat. They're very good for understanding and taking people into consideration. They're best at relationships, so they will spend their time putting effort into listening to what the Aquarius has to say and try to understand where the Aquarius is coming from. Not from the same demeanor as an Aquarian would look at another Aquarius, but from, because Aquarius would be looking at each other from probably a point of trying to understand each other differently, whereas the Libra would be trying to understand them in regards to working out how to best work in a relationship or a partnership. And then on that note there, the Gemini would also be interested in the Aquarius in regards to the novelty that's coming different, because the fact that one thing that's very interesting to Geminis is Geminis love novelty. And the noveltiness of Aquarius, which probably be different from Arios's conforming style of doing things, would attract the Gemini to them. But then the same situation with the Gemini here will be similar to the Aquarius. Will be looking at it from a point of trying to understand, not necessarily for the same boat of trying to take in the understanding. Understand like the Aquarius would try to understand, where it's trying to figure things out, whereas the Libra will be trying to figure things out in regards to, my hands move like this over here, but I'm seeing this from a different angle. The Libra will be trying to understand from a relationship standpoint, not necessarily from a trying to understand why the person does things in the situation. So the Gemini and the Aquarius here would be looking at it for a scientific type personality, whereas the Libra would be looking at it from a psychological, therapeutic type mindset. You follow what I'm saying here? Or you picking up what I'm putting down? Because that's a lot of struggle in my head right there. So in that regards there, that will be, I would put a check mark for Libra for that one, okay? A very prominent trait that needs to be had when dealing with an Aquarius is patience. Aquarius is a very patient sign. Like, patient. Like, I want to say like Taurian patient. But some of the antics and some of the mannerisms and things that Aquarians would do are something that's going to be needed to be patient with. Because being the fact that Aquarius is a fixed sign, unless they're open to the ideas of doing things or open to different mannerisms or different ideologies, whatever it is that they hold dearly to them, we are not quickly able to be moved from those thought processes. So, dealing with Aquarius, if you have something that they're very passionate about and very strong belief in, don't waste your time trying to chop down that wooden tree with a metal spoon. You'd be there forever, just, you know. So in that regards, patient-wise, leading the patients to do with Aquarius. And Aquarius, I don't know why I'm going to order again, but I'm going to order again. An Aquarian, dealing with an Aquarian here. Aquarius is actually a patient sign, as I already said. So, going through the issues of dealing with the stubbornness of an Aquarian, unless the Aquarian itself, the other Aquarian actually has. I'm not doing this. I should find the whiteboard. I do it up here. Unless the Aquarian here has a conflict with a strong belief against what the other Aquarian believes in, they would be patient and lenient with having to work with the other person. So unless there's a conflict. If there's a conflict, then that's going to be butting heads to the end of time, for the most part, okay? Now, this Gemini dealing with, the Libra, that's not. The Libra dealing with the Aquarian. Now, this Libra, how do I want to say this one? Libra being patient with the Aquarius. This is actually something that, again, goes in with being with the diplomat. Because a Libra is in a sign that tends to be, that's known for being very conflictual, looking for confrontation, and always easygoing, trying to push things, smooth things out so that everything is hunky-dory. For the most part, there won't be too much resistance in regards to dealing with the stubbornness of an Aquarius. Unless, same thing with Aquarius, the Libra is being pushed to a point to where their skills are unbalanced and things aren't functioning the way that keeps the Libra balanced. Then they will not butt heads. Aside from that, for the most part, the patience here should be relatively high. Going to our Gemini friend now. Gemini in regards to Aquarius and deal with patience. This one would be interesting because the fact that Gemini is actually known to be the more persuasive talker of the three air signs. But Gemini is stubborn, can argue and hold their own verbally with the Aquarius in regards to things being patient. But the Gemini person itself isn't likely to be patient because of the fact that if the thing the Aquarius is being stubborn about isn't something that interests the Gemini can and will be losing interest and be out the picture. So that's one issue that I deal with in regards to that. So in regards to all these air signs being flighty and emotionally attached, because all these air signs have that quick get up go situation because everything is more cerebral than emotional. The Gemini may not stick around long enough for patience. Also, about two of the Gemini is bored, they're on something else anyway. So, in this regards here, that would be another mark in my book for Libra. A close second to possibly the Aquarius. So, okay, going there. One thing about Aquarius is a very social sign. And even though they are a social sign, because they're talking to people, being out in public, blah, blah, blah. Aquarius is actually known for being very shy and timid. I know, mind-blowing, amazing, right? So, with the Aquarian being as shy and timid as they are, when out in a social setting, when it's time to pack up and go, well, not necessarily pack up or go, the Aquarius is not always open to be constantly out there and out and about with always constantly talking to people. Because for the most part, Aquarius likes to be mentally side of mind. Think about things, doing things, and analyzing things. So with that being said, let's say take a situation to going out and about, partying, nights out, socializing, that kind of stuff. All three air signs love doing this stuff in different levels. So, Aquarius and Aquarius. If the Aquarius and Aquarius, I mean, if they're going out together, there is it's just a matter of time before one gets not overwhelmed, but overworked in regards to wanting to withdraw from everyone else faster than the other. And when that happens to be the case, they will probably be willing to go, unless one is going to an event they want to go to, the other one's just coming along just because. But if they're both in a unison for that, for the most part, they will both up and go at the same time. Aquarian with the Libra, both very social, like I said before. Leo likes being out and about, talking to people. What's that word? Embellishing in the relationship, socializing setting that's going out there. Okay? But, consider the fact that the Libra is considering, or should be considering, the emotional impact is happening to the Aquarius, and when it's time for them to withdraw, the Libra will be understanding and they should be willing to move on and be out together. This is sun sign only talking, by the way. That's why I want to go to the next part. The Gemini. The Geminis love social gatherings, just like Libra does. But of the air signs, Gemini likes to really talk to people. And like to be about going off, find out more information. And best way to put it, Libra here and Gemini. Libra would like to be out. They like to be in the party in action, gathering information or getting attention while they're around in the situation. The Gemini, again, sometimes only here. Gemini by itself likes to be in all the conversations and having all the interest going on, and likes to have the benefit of seeing themselves like being the star amongst all the people, like a Leo would want to be. Leo wants to be the person and everyone's attention is on. The Gemini likes to have attention, everyone has for them. So everyone likes to go around the room. The Gemini wants everyone's attention, even if they're not there. You follow what I'm saying? So in that regards there, when it comes to the shininess and tameness of the Aquarian, because at some point in time, the Aquarian is not going to be socialized all the time. They will be off on the wall somewhere or sitting down somewhere. The Gemini will continue doing what they do, potentially. I said this sounds very bad in terms of relationship, but it's sun sign only here, only sun sign. They would like to continue gathering and doing what they do to satisfy themselves, because Gemini love novelty, they love being in the action and love getting the gossip from everyone. Libra as well too, but again, like I said, if Aquarius had a problem, they should have the issue, be able to quick talk it out or figure things out, and then the partnership will be back down here at the table or leaving together. So in all three of these here, that might be a tie between Aquarius and Libra. You know what I'm saying? So it's an interesting development there. Gemini. One thing that is very important to add into the situation here is that Aquarius is the humanitarian of the zodiac. So, there are signs who are great interpersonally, like directly with this relationship. Signs who are great in relationships solely. Aquarius is the sign think about all of humanity, think about the community, think about the neighborhood, and that kind of stuff. Okay, so in that regards, there at some point in time, this is actually like I, as Aquarius, growing up, I didn't start becoming humanitarian like until maybe a few years ago. It took me a while before I started feeling that spark, that drive, that why me too, you know. So that is the humanitarian trait that the Aquarian has. Okay, so going with the signs again. When the Aquarian decides he wants to, when the Aquarian decides that they want to start doing something more humanitarian for the betterment of humankind, who's going to be there directly helping it out? For the Aquarian and the Aquarian here, I mean, unless they don't agree on the same cause, that is like a near guarantee, like top dog. We're going to do things, going out. That place called, let's say like going to Africa, doing like I say sacrilege. What are the things called? You're going do that. I can't think of what it's called. You know, it's a church thing, and I can't think what it's called at all. It's killing me right now. What are this? You're gonna say they're all going to Africa to do like build up a Christian community, something like that. You know, something mankind, like humanity, like take over there. You know, I can't think of what it's called. We got, please, someone, if you know what I'm talking about, put that down in the comments below, because it's gonna come to me again too, but just not right at the moment. So yeah, the Aquarian, when the time is right, they're both going to be the same page for doing that kind of stuff for the betterment of mankind. Libra here. The thing about Libra is that same situation. The whole relationship thing, that's actually a pretty good thing. It's actually a very strong thing in regards to helping to maintain each other for this, because Aquarius is the humanitarian, but they're not really that keen on interpersonal relationships. Libra isn't that big on mankind, but it's all about the interpersonal relationships. So them coming together, they can do something to functionally work out something good to make both parties happy. So Libra wouldn't necessarily come with the idea. The idea would be more of a Aquarian thing. And so that need will be fully justified, fully satisfied for the most part. The idea will come from the Aquarius, and the Libra will be open to the idea. And they will actually make plans to get things started, because this being a cardinal sign, they were the initiators of the situation. But Libra also has the negative moniker of being lazy, not willing to put effort into making things happen by themselves. That's why someone like here, the situation in the Aquarium will be the driver of the idea. And the driver of the idea, the initiator of the idea, and the one to make things go forward faster. Because fixed signs make things keep going once they're in place. Patience and persistence. Patience and perseverance. There you go. So that works out pretty good in a situation there. I get to that point later. No, throw my head. Gemini here, they both have great ideas. Now, only thing here is that the humanitarian aspect of it is that something that would be shared by the Gemini. The Gemini spirit is simply, like I said, they're more interested in new novelty ideas. So they're interested in that first get going with it, but once it gets boring, or once it loses novelty for the Gemini might not be able to fully satisfy that need for the Aquarian, because the Aquarian will keep wanting to persist doing what it's doing, and this Gemini will want to back out with the picture. That's the issue we have there. So In that regards, for the humanitarian part, that would be an Aquarian thing. Aquarian gets that check mark there. The funny why I'm thinking about this, because like while I was doing my whole same sign things, I don't know if I mentioned that. That's actually a very key thing. One big key issue, one deciding factor in the situation, let's say of all of them, is that from what I've been noticing through my consistent trial error checking it with people, asking questions about this stuff, is that Aquarians heavily need friendship in a long-lasting relationship. So in that regards, they need to feel like the relationship is good. They have to be, their lover has to feel like a friend before they can feel like a full lover. That's what it comes down to. And of that nature, all air signs had a potential to be so. But there is a fine draw line, because now we're talking a long-term lasting relationship. Which one actually holds the candle longer is the issue come down to. So an Aquarian, if an Aquarian, because like I said before in other Aquarian videos, is that most long-term relationships tend to feel as if they are strongly like roommates. It's not always too heavy in the romance department in regards to dealing with Aquarius, but that is something that is actually not heavily needed all the time. Being an air sign thing, that's actually a quality that air signs go with, because being the emotional detachment. Well, mostly distant. Sorry. Best way to put it. So in that regards there, who can maintain the friendship longer for the relationship to keep it going? Aquarian, they need that love in the relationship. Aquarian, this is going to be like two bros at a fraternity type situation. Both going to come and go when the times are right. Someone's going to go do this, the old person home, come in, go this. Because they're literally going to feel like two roommates. If I had to guess, strictly up to sun only here. Libra with the Aquarius. Libra has the potential to really draw in the relationship quality for the friendship to make it into a long-lasting relationship. A long-lasting loving relationship. Because of all the air signs, Libra is a sign that actually has the most romance, the most love to expel into the other person that's in the relationship. That's the best way to put it. Sorry, I shouldn't put it like that. That's what's wrong. The sun sign itself has the most love that they want to give for romance, to be the most charming, to keep things stuck together. Like I say, Libra is a sign that doesn't like to have conflict, so they always want to keep things running smooth. So they love romance. Libra is a sign who loves romance, love charminess, love enchantment. They love that stuff. Conversation is the one of the bigger things that keep things up and running for a relationship to be strong and long lasting. Like I said, all three have the capability to have good, strong, lasting conversations. The stickler though here is Libra, for adding on to extra sauce to make the relationship feel more like a friendship, while bringing it into the level of a full fleshed out relationship. Easier. Gemini and Aquarius, they have nothing about these two here, like the Aquarius and the Gemini, has that same stickler point in regards to keeping it strongly going past the friendship level. That is one issue that is kind of there for Gemini and Aquarius. Great, they both love the ideas, they both hand out, they both throw out They both are interested in same things in regards to communication, thought processes, and moving forward with things. But the issue here is that Gemini doesn't have that stickler power. Aquarius is a fixed sign who gets stuck on things and will stick with things. The mutability of the Gemini and the lack of holding something consistently persistent past a point in time is the falling out issue there. So even though they could be great strong friends, the relationship itself will not be too heavy in the romance department to actually hold them together past friendship to a certain degree. So all three of those being said there, that one will go to a Libra again. Now, going along these lines, like how I was saying in regards to the key points, I missed the key point a little bit. I touched on it a little bit, but very important. Independence. An Aquarius always needs to feel like they have the abilities to be free, to have no restrictions, to consistently be able to move as they see fit within the confines of, proper relationship stuff, you know what I'm saying? Not like saying, yeah, I'm just gonna have sex with everyone or just constantly just be out, do what I want. Not like that. I'm not talking like that. But in those regards, they need to always feel like they have freedom. And if someone's restricting them of their freedom, there will be issues, there will be butting of heads. Aquarius. Again, like I said for the last one, these guys are like two roommates. Fraternity bros or sisters. Fraternity bros or sorority sisters, that's the word. That's exactly what they're going to feel like. So for the most part, there will be no restrictions in regards to that. But also, like I said before, there won't be anything really too heavy in the romance department. Again, Libra here is very non-restrictive, but also won't fight too much unless something is very vital to them. So for the most part, Libra will be willing to let things go until her scales get off balance, or her or his scales get off balance, and then there's an issue. Or if they're not already doing them in the first place for the freedom of independence. Because Libra is not a controlling sign. Now Gemini, here's a little thing here with Gemini. Of the three air signs, none of them is really controlling per se, if we want to talk about the person individually. But sun sign speaking only here, Gemini is the most controlling of the three air signs. Now it's not necessarily with malice, but Gemini has a way of being stubborn and locked on their opinions or what they want to do, and have a habit of being able to persuade easier than other people in the zodiac. With that being said, unless they're willing to be mutable and be free and open to what's going on with their ideas, they can be controlling. And so for comparing to all three of these bad boys here, that would be a win for Libra. No, not definitely a win for Aquarius in regards to the freedom, not necessarily for the freedom. And now one thing, since I touched upon that a little bit in regards to the freedom, the big negative thing for controlling. That is a huge negative for Aquarius. And it will not be heavily prominent in the air sign, best air sign on talk right now. But as we reach over to other signs in the zodiac, you will see how big of an issue that can be. Now there's actually one One last key point I'm probably going to touch upon right now in regards to this, something that's very important. Another thing, everything's very important for Aquarius right now, but because Aquarius is a progressive sign, the relationship that they're in with someone else, not always constantly, but it always has to have some development towards growth and progress moving forward. So with that being said, let me touch upon these next ones here. So progressive and growth in the relationship. Using my thought process here about the Aquarius and Aquarius, they're both very progressive signs. Oh, of course they're progressive signs, same sign. Um, but I'm thinking like man to woman right now. They are very progressive signs, but the issue here with this situation is that they may not necessarily be growing together. They maybe have more focus of, like I said, they're like two good roommates living together in a very harmoniously loving roommate-like situation for a relationship. So the growth together, they may have growth together as, that was hard to explain while I'm thinking in my head. They may have progressive growth together, but it may not be something that's very substantial for the longevity of the relationship. With the Libra and Aquarius here, because of the way these signs work together, Aquarius is progressive, Libra is a cardinal sign, which means they're an initiator. However, one thing that happens to be stuck with Libra is that unless they feel very, very passionate about something they care about, they don't really fight heavily enough for anything to push anything forward or see things through, aside from whether the relationship with a partner. So in this situation here, most of the pushing forward is going to come from the Aquarius side with the ideas and giving the ideas, and hopefully the Libras are on board and they come together proper unison to move things forward. And by the way, this is sun sign only talking here. If the Aquarius is not pushing things forward or trying to push things forward, or new ideas of going forward for a relationship, they may not grow too far together. Or there will be, there's the best way to put it, there will be times in a relationship where there will be not forward progress happening. So that's one thing that's to worry about here in this regard. So there could come times when Aquarius gets bored because of the lack of progressively moving forward, situational growth. That could be an issue here, and depending on how things work with Libra, that could be a butting ahead to some degree. On this point, though, Gemini has the edge because Gemini is always about new ideas, trying new things and move forward with newer things. So actually, the ideas coming on to move things forward will be coming from both sides. Excuse me. New ideas, wherever is fully situated by coming together with these ideas, the Aquarius would be more likely to help keep perseverance and persistence going on to keep it going strong. Whereas the only issue here is that because of the boredom, the novelty factor of the Gemini might lose interest and back away. And or come back during certain times, not necessarily in the relationship, but willing to try new things to keep things spicy and active or moving forward depending on what's happening. So they have more ideas to keep moving things a lot more spice in the bedroom, just put it like that. And by the bedroom I mean the whole relationship. That's actually one thing what happens out there. So in that regards, And that's definitely a win for Gemini. But like I said, though, for Gemini, it's not necessarily the only thing that lacks there is the ability to keep persevering through things when things are happening. There'll be a lot of great ideas, as long as a whole bunch of novelty move forward, that there actually be a good outlook in the longevity of the relationship. Now, all that being said, I think I'm going to end this one here with that, with this little wrap around this and that. So, hope you guys were keeping the tallies and making sure that everything was, properly lined up in regards to the official Florida count here. Because I wouldn't count anything. But I already had this very planned out in my head, at least something. No podcast is actually pre-planned out and scripted. So, all that being said, though, I hope you guys found something interesting for that. For the male Aquarius, this is my personal opinion about this, from all the factual information that I was spitting out here today, And number 3, third spot, third place, the third best air sign for Aquarius, male, Gemini. There are a lot of great things, and actually, before I keep going down the Gemini lines, every air sign pretty much works very well together because they're very similar qualities and they have a lot of great qualities, characteristics that actually, and traits that go hand in hand with each other. So even though I'm saying Gemini's getting third place here, it does not in any way, shape, or form mean that Gemini is a bad look for Aquarius. Not in the slightest. Air sign power, baby. But Gemini comes in third place here because, as I was saying, the only issues that really put them in third place is they have the tendency to be a little too flexible in the moving ability. They don't have the relationship with this Gemini and Aquarius doesn't carry the weight to actually fully make something secure. As I'm about to say with Aquarius, the relationship feels like a friendship on a higher level. It's very entertaining mentally. All three relationships are very entertaining mentally. But being the fact that the witty and intelligent Gemini is always able to fully bat things back and forth, bat ideas back and forth, keep things running, keep things moving mentally. The simulation will be amazing. I can't say much about the sex. Everyone has their own sexual things per se, but sun sign speaking only here, they have the creativeness of the Gemini for sex and the flexibility and the mobility to do new crazy things for the Gemini. So I guess that wouldn't be too bad either. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But the controlling issues can be an issue. Because as I said before, Aquarius is not a sign that likes to be controlled or tied down. And another thing on that, which I think I failed to mention, is that of the 3 signs, Gemini actually has linked to it the ability to be possessive and or jealous once they fall in love. That's one thing that is doesn't really happen too much with the Libras and the Aquarius, sun sign only speaking here. But aside from that, like I said, great relationship. Actually, did I redo Aquarius Gemini love talk yet? I don't know. I should put that one soon, just because I'm doing this now. You know what I'm saying? Number 2, second best air sign for Aquarius, male, goes to Aquarius. Now, this one's one that goes, doesn't really go against too far about it, but if you've been following my content, you already know that I've mostly been a firm, adamant believer in that same sign relationships do not have the ability to last too long together. Issue being because they're, for the most part, too similar. And the weaknesses that the sign has may not be found inside itself from the other person in the party. So it all depends on the other placements in the chart. But the reason why Aquarius is second place for Aquarius is the romance department. Because one thing, especially depending on other placements in your charts, if you have a firm desire to want to be really romanticized and want to feel more emotion and stuff from your partner, that probably is not going to be the case dealing with an Aquarius. Because that's just Aquarius thing. Aquarius is, like I said, are the most emotionally detached sign of the zodiac. And who else? Something I just had running in my mind. For the most part, an Aquarius is going to be mostly, like I said, like a fraternity or sorority. They're really good friends, come and go as they see fit. The good thing though is going to be, for the most part, very laid back, easygoing, not too much drama, unless both people have a conflict with something they firmly believe in. It's going to be a lot of it's going to be a lot of risk taking in the relationship, because Aquarius is a progressive sign, and they might get stuck doing things together that may or may not be anything viable in the future because of the fixedicity of the Aquarian sign. So they might get into trouble. If it works out pretty good, spectacular. But they find themselves getting something bad. Because one thing with Aquarius is that we have a habit of getting ourselves stuck on something and not letting it go because we still think that it can work. This is one reason why we get stuck in bad relationships. Fixed sign power, girl. Ooh, you know. And number 1, best air sign for the Aquarius, male, Libra. The only other one that's left on the chopping block. So, I don't want to say I feel, because that seems a little more biased. But using the information that I just gave to you guys right there, which is hopefully completely unbiased. Yeah, unbiased. The thing about an Aquarian Libra relationship, where male Aquarius, Libra, female, we're talking this here, not talking same-sex stuff yet, because I haven't dove my research into same-sex sign intercoupling, you know. But Libra brings to the table the ability to have a nice support system for Aquarius. Aquarius spends most of his time, most of his life, trying to figure itself out. I would say find itself, but figure itself out. Because they're, as I said before, they're a non-conforming sign, always going against the grain. A lot of people don't understand what it's like to be an Aquarius. And that being said, the Libra is one of the signs, of the air signs, is the other sign who will be most likely to actually put a good effort into understanding and caring and trying to understand what it's like being Aquarius. As the cardinal sign, like I said, they have the ability to initiate and push things forward. This coupling has the highest potential of the air signs for an Aquarius to actually have romance, higher level of romance than the other two. Simply because Libra is a sign of partnerships, and they do their best when they're in a partnership with somebody else. I mean, I'm pretty sure I gotta do some more icing and waxing on this cake for the Libra or the Aquarius combination. But if you listen to all the other information before, you should have a good gist of why I'm saying what I'm saying about this. So like I said, for Libra male, Libra the best, Aquarius number 2, Gemini is the in third place. But like I said, do not take it as this is a bad combination, because those combinations, air signs, always work the best. And one thing I will say about air signs, though, that all 3 signs are known for being in multiple relationships. The most married in the zodiac goes to Aquarius. Right behind them, it's Libra. So good luck with that one there, too, guys. Gemini, not the same thing. The whole boredom thing still plays a high part in that. So I think the top 5 in the zodiac for most promiscuous, Now, for the ladies, though, for the women here, I have a slightly different scale here, okay? I want to break it down to this, because I know for a fact that there's 2 big deciding factors, or is there 1? Big deciding factor that actually make a huge difference in regards to the Aquarian female dealing with the other sign, air signs, okay? So, this one is going to be for the Aquarian female who doesn't mind being passive, being the beta in the relationship. She wants a support system. She wants a nice, strong, dominant male figure in their life to take control of things. And in that regards, this order here goes, like I said, for the woman who wants the dominant figure, male figure, or female figure. I don't know. Actually, I'm not going to get into the same-sex stuff, okay? Number 3, Libra. Everything that I said does apply to the male Aquarius Libra combination still applies for the female. The only difference being there is that because as a woman, like I said, typically if you're from my content, women tend to be looking more for love, substantial relationships, and settling down, whereas guys tend to be more looking to do things to be more forwarding their life. Not necessarily saying that it's absolutely true, but that's a good way to gauge things. Being that if a woman is looking for someone to be not necessarily as dominant, but more coddling in a relationship, more attending to the needs, emotional needs, trying to be more supportive for the family, trying to do things like that. I'm one of the commanding, dominating one. Yeah. So it's for a guy being commanding and dominating. I can't think of the words. Let's say the alpha and the party. Libra will be number 3. Because as I was saying, for everything nice and smooth, I was just saying right there about the coddling, they're the romanticize, and they're take care of things and make sure the whole family is hunky-dory, happy, big and growing, whatever. That's the Libra. The Libra is the one that's more known for that stuff. Because like I said, the relationship aspect applies to that. Excuse me. Number 2, in that regards here, for the more dominating of the signs, Aquarius. Aquarius would be number 2. Aquarius relationship, because Aquarius male can be more easygoing and laid back, worry-free, but they also are known for being assertive, quick to make decisions and stick by the decisions they're making. So with that Aquarius combination there, you'll probably have less romanticizing in a relationship, but you will have someone who is expected to be more domineering and manly Whatever, okay? And then number 1, in that regards, will be Gemini. Because as I said before, of the 3 signs, Gemini is the more controlling of the air signs. They have a more dominant way. They are quick to make decisions. They may not stick with the decisions, but they're quick to make decisions. And unfortunately, they're not as, to say the Gemini male. The Gemini male is not as easygoing or relaxed in regards to making decisions. So they should be more firm and more hard when they make a concrete thing. Just like the Aquarius, they make a hard, quick decision, but unless something comes up to change their mind, to dissuade them, to make it sound like it's not a good decision, they're going to stick with the decision. That's what it is. And then, only should that just a matter of the level of control that you want. If that control amounts to you for security, perfect case scenario, you know. And now the same thing there on the right side. If you want someone to be more passive, more lovey-dovey, just completely flip those 3 around. Gemini is going to be number 3 for you. Aquarius is going to be number 2. And Libra is going to be number 1. Libra is going to be the more caring, compassionate, family-oriented. Not saying the other 2 are family-oriented, but that is the sun sign, talking. That's what they do. Relationships. They mold and make relationships better. And caring, romancing. So, I don't want to keep beating these horses, keep saying anything over and over and over. So I'm going to leave it right there at that one. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this new segment here. Look at the clock. This wanted to be a little longer, obviously. So, hopefully I can make this more enjoyable to you guys. And as I go forward with these things, because I have at least 3 more to do for Aquarius. And I'm going to try to make sure I can clean things up and get things a little more concise. At least make it a little more entertaining for you. I don't know if I might actually have something else on my hand doing these diagrams or something. I forget to make it out. If you guys have any comments, any suggestions, let me know in the comments below, because that would be interesting. I have an idea or 2 already, but we'll see. Because if these are start going from making an 1.5-hour long video and then editing for like 9 hours, I don't know how I'm gonna do like this. Hurt my chest already. I see when you start doing the moonshine stuff too, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And as always, like, share, subscribe to the channel. If this helps you out in any way, if you guys actually are intrigued by this, like I said, let me know down in the comments below. Much appreciate that. As always, my friends, stay classy, be you, make a wish.